So, bad news, everyone. I sprained my wrist, but not while I was working out. It was actually at work. I could describe how it happened, but I mean, it's not that embarrassing. I'll just explain it really quickly. We're picking a patient up off the floor, and essentially, they started falling down, and like I picked them up. We were hand in hand. I grabbed their hand, they grabbed my hand, and they were falling to the floor, and they were essentially trying to pull me down with them. Um, anyway, that's the best way I can describe it. There was other, I wouldn't say circumstances, but yeah, they were essentially just trying to pull me down with them, and it was not fun. I'm a little bit upset about it, but the good news is that my wrist isn't sprained too bad, but it does hurt a surprising amount. I was already having like a little bit of wrist pain before. I mean, I was doing this lift, and while I was bench pressing, I had a little bit of wrist pain. But that dude, like, grabbing my hand and like twisting on it and pulling on it, that honestly made it way worse. Okay, so about the lift though, I did 190 pounds on this. I was trying to do 4 sets of 8 on the bench press. I think I actually include all the sets, but I fail on like the third set or something. So I dropped the weight down to 135, something along those lines. No, 155. Yeah, I did my last set at 155 because I failed. So I was a little sad about that one. But I mean, overall, it was just the bench press felt pretty good. This lift went okay, but now I'm thinking about like the future. Like, what am I gonna do tomorrow? It's gonna be pool day tomorrow, and I really need my wrist to do pool day. Um, I guess I just have to use my weighted vest and do whatever I can with that. But it's just it's gonna be difficult to do any of the lifts. I definitely am not deadlifting. I didn't even want to deadlift tomorrow. However, like pull-ups, I really wanted to do some more pull-ups. I've been training my pull-ups a lot, and I really wanted to keep training them. These bent over rows, like all those things require okay, so my wrist sprain isn't terrible because, I'm still able to move my wrist around in certain directions. Like wrist flexion and wrist extension is totally fine. But it's the wrist rotation, pronation and supination to be specific about it, that really hurt. So I think I can still grab a dumbbell and, do some rows because that doesn't require any rotation of my wrist. But anyway, I'm kind of just thinking out loud, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult for me to get these lifts in. Yeah, that's me failing right there. I really feel like I could have done that. That last rep, I really feel like I could have grinded it out. But I just decided against it. I also rolled the bar across my body. So that was fun. But yeah, that was, yeah, it was okay. I'm still trying to like progressively overload. Doing this 4 set was pretty tough. But yeah, I mean, I was really banging out these, sets pretty quickly. Didn't give me myself a whole lot of time in between reps or in between sets. So, I felt, I mean, it went okay. I'm still, like, was adding weight and stuff like that. My chest felt pretty good. Like, the push-ups that I did after really felt insane. But, it was just one of those days where it doesn't really feel, it doesn't feel like it's moving as well as it was before. I've had a lot better days bench pressing. But yeah, I just, I'm thinking about the future and like, what do I do with this wrist? Like bench pressing is going to be hard. I guess I just have to lower the weight and just do whatever I can. Yeah, it is what it is. Because the problem is, I want to give myself enough time to heal, but I don't know. Like, I don't want to like take 2 weeks off of lifting. Or at least, something along those lines. I guess I'll have to go back to my high bar squat which is okay because, you know, I came from high bar squats. I love the high bar squats. The high bar squat doesn't put a whole lot of stress on my wrist at all, especially because my wrist flexion is totally fine. I can wrist flex no problem. I will say the low bar squat's going to be a problem with the wrist pain, because that thing gave me wrist pain even before I was like, even as I corrected my form doing the low bar squat, and I've been learning how to do proper form, proper setup, and whatever, I was still struggling with the wrist pain. And it's only recently gotten better. So now with this sprain, it's gotten worse. Yeah, I'm just really thinking, like, I'm icing it. I'm taking some medicine. I was, Motrin is what I'm taking just for the inflammation. Trying to keep that inflammation down as much as possible. So, I'm just really thinking about, like, what do I do? How do I go about this injury? And trying to have it heal as quick as possible while also still lifting, which, is probably not the smartest way to go about it. But yeah. Anyway, another thing about this lift, I did a pretty good warm-up. I was using a resistance band, and I was really helping out my rotator cuffs. I was doing some rotator cuff warm-ups that I found online. I guess I could show it in a future video, but yeah, I mean, I did a pretty decent warm-up for my shoulders, and my shoulders felt really good doing these. There was only like a very slight amount of nagging pain, but still, I did a good job warming up, but, if it's not one thing, it's the other. That's how it always is. Yeah, that's kind of all. This lift was pretty quick. I didn't run a mile today because this was right before my shift. So yeah, I didn't run a mile today or anything like that. Anyway, that's kind of all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh yeah, the push-ups, I was struggling. Really struggling on those push-ups. But yeah, that's all. Bye.